Welcome back to Monster Train, everybody. And we tried an expert challenge last time. Today we're going back to a standard run. See if we can get this win streak up a little bit higher. So here we go. Random, coming rank 25. Let's go. Ooh, I do love Inferno. Let's see, we got Hellhorned and Melting Remnant Exile, okay. Yeah, Inferno is a card that can really define a run. It can be a lot of fun. Ritual Battle, expensive, but can be effective. And we got some drafts, okay. Those can be pretty good with the primitive molds some amount of time, so. Interesting. Let's see what else we've got. Rage adds extra, or units gain attack on Slay. Well, this is a situation where I wish I would have gotten to the champion upgrade first, as depending on how our champion shapes up, one of these is better than the other. We have Seraph though, let's see, cleansing benefits, so probably don't want to rely too heavily on Rage, so let's go with the Consumed Crown here. And okay, well, we do get the Rage version if we'd like, or we can simply go for multi-strike and look to grab ourselves the Slay trigger later on down the line. This version is a little bit tough with this being the final boss, so I'm gonna go for this and hope we can find Slay later on. Initially, this is quite poor, only dealing 12 damage. We have these Rituals of Battles to make it a little bit stronger, but it's not exciting, so this first fight might not be the easiest. Spikes 3, huh, against our multi-striking Hornbreaker Prince. Don't love it, but I think I'm going to try it anyway. The early trial is just very, very important to try and get you off to a good start. Skipping trials later on is fine, but these initial few are just so important. Okay, so we have effectively 16 health. We'll be losing 6 every time we strike, which is not ideal. I could use a ritual battle, but I think a torch here is pretty important, so let's go ahead and torch this thing. And then, let's see, there's not any particular reason to fight on the bottom, I don't think, so I'd rather maybe sit up on the top. We can pick up any collectors that show up. And unfortunately, the primitive mold not doing much here. Okay, well, there's the collector. Let's see, if I play both drafts, they will deal 40, so 10, 20, 30. Yeah, so both drafts here will kill the collector, as well as this guy, as well as themselves. And then, fortunately, you drew all of our primitive molds, so we're unlikely to see those again anytime soon, but that's fine. Oh, nice. Inferno's perfect here. We get to just wipe this floor out. Alright. And we have... Let's see, we have a guaranteed torch next turn, so I don't have to worry about torching this yet. I'd rather give our champion the Ritual of Battle, make sure he hits really hard. Now we'll torch this, play the weight, and I'll grab myself a giraffe. Has Burnout 2. I guess we can just play it on this floor then, it's fine. It's about the same as playing it up above. Alright. Sure, I'll get one more draft in here, why not? Alright. Pretty good. We managed not taking damage despite the spikes. Pretty happy with that. Ooh, I do love myself a hidden passage. Vent, also interesting. We have torches and Inferno as damage right now. So that's not bad. We don't desperately need it, but it's still useful. I'm just a huge fan of hidden passage, so I'm going to take it here. And let's see, Whiplash, Hollow Drippings, Molded. We definitely don't need a Molded. Do I want one of these to try and make these drafts pop off? They can be strong if I can do something with Whiplash, for example. I could If I give this holdover or whatever and just keep enhancing them, that could be powerful. Let's give it a shot. And here I'll go for Merchant of Steel, of course, as usual. Large Stone, Hardstone, Rage. Okay. Ooh, we get the Legion of Wax. Alright, alright. I'm a big fan of the Legion. I've won many a run with trying to do silly things with the Legion of Wax. And the Paraffin Thug is fine, but not that exciting. We even have a hidden passage to potentially move units behind the Legion. So let's take it. We can give it a large stone and make it a pretty formidable unit here. I could give it even more health just to make it an even better tank and then again try to put things behind it, but I think, let's see, how much health does it have right now? It has 48. Maybe that's actually fine. Yeah, let's just make it extremely tough. And then give one of these Rage. That actually seems fine. Let's give out on the Purge, hold on to our money for now, even though we won't be spending it in the next circle. Enemies each floor. Well, we don't have a lot of ways to deal with it, but our Pyre didn't take any damage in the first trial, so I'm okay with it taking a little bit here. Okay, well, we drew Inferno, but I think I'd rather make sure I deploy the Legion of Wax. So I just have to decide what I'm putting where here. I got this draft as well, though it's not very much health. So I probably have to deploy these guys on the bottom to just try and deal with this, and the Legion of Wax at the top would be my guess. Yeah, I mean, the Legion of Wax either goes top or bottom. I could put it on the bottom, but then I don't have a good way to deploy these, so I'll do it like so. Would prefer the Prince maybe around the middle so that I could put it behind the Legion of Wax later on, but we don't really have that option, unfortunately. Okay, well, we can't reach that collector. Can't really do much of anything. Though we get this draft back, which is helpful. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'll put this in the front, this in the back, and then Whiplash this one. I guess I'll play one of these stewards, but of course we have the sweep boss anyway, so really we're going to be relying on this Legion of Wax to do much of anything. Sure, I'll get this back, why not? Okay, let's just torch these so I don't have to deal with the stuff we're getting from them. And I'll play one of these, sure. Sure, I'll give this much a rage. That's fine. This should be an easy win. Alright, fantastic. So, managed to get through that one. We did take damage, but what can you do? Alright, another hidden passage is pretty excellent. That really makes me want to go for the Legion of Wax and putting stuff behind it plan, so we'll do that. And, well, Molten Encasement's always an interesting one, but doesn't really fit with the plan we have brewing right now. Don't need a Molded, don't think I want a Purifying Cleanse either, so that's going to be a skip for me. So we're looking for tons of DPS at this point. Is there anything I could Hellvent for that? Not especially. Do I want a second Legion of Wax? Probably not. It's interesting, but I don't think it's quite where we want to be. So let's just go this way and try and pick up some sort of DPS unit. Ooh, we get a Volatile Gauge. Is this a Volatile Gauge deck? We do have these Rituals of Battles and Inferno. The Legion of Wax also a little expensive. Could be interesting. It's certainly a lot of card draw. Does make your deck sort of more expensive on average, which isn't great. Cleansing Water, decent, and I would certainly happily pick it up. It's just a question of whether the Volatile Gauge can be good in this deck or not. It doesn't affect our champion, so we'll be able to deploy them. I think I might try it. The cards we care about are really expensive, and I mean, other than the hidden passages, if I have to skip out playing a torch or something, I'm not that worried about it. Alright, and here, I'll take a Thug as just a DPSer. See what we can find in this cave. Okay, well this gets a lot worse with Volatile Gauge, so I probably won't be taking any of these, but let's look at the Umbra card. Yeah, Packed Morsels, no. And Sap, also no. Well, at least we get to pick up a little bit of gold from it, but not an exciting pickup, obviously. Alright, time to see if the gauge will prove to be good or bad. Certainly since it can't make things cost 0 anymore, it's a lot worse, but I think this deck might be reasonably well suited for it. Of course, we open with the Legion of Wax being more expensive and the Ritual of Battle still being 3, so don't love that, but here we go. We'll do this and that, and try to put our champion up behind the Legion at some point here. Obviously, with the gauge, we're not too interested in draw going forward. We'll be looking to pick up more energy. I guess I have the option of Inferno, but I need to save the Hornbreaker Prince here, so let's do that. And I'll let one of these die just so I can bring it back later. Okay, here's another passage. I mean, these stewards aren't great, but they're what we've got, so I'm going to go ahead and send one of those and torch the bomb. The Consumer Crown, pretty helpful in getting our multi-striker champion a few more hits. Alright, and here Inferno looks pretty good. Probably just on this floor, there's just a lot more health overall. And then I'll just torch another one of these guys. Okay, well, we drew our Thug, which I would like to get up here as well. We do have hidden passages coming up, so I just need to make it survive this round. Which I think I can do. Let's see, 9. So 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. So we can torch that, play a draft, play a Thug, and then our Thug should be able to move up next round, and he even scores us some gold this round, so that's nice. Okay, final waves, fine. We'll hidden passage and give our champion a bunch of rage. Alright, yep, Inferno looks fine here. And sure, toss one of you out, why not? Alright, well, Ritual of Battle, why not? Though I maybe should have put on the Thug so that he's more likely to get a kill. Since we're killing already anyway. Oh, so close. Alright. Well, that's fine, we're still relatively rich. Let's see what our options are. Spike of the Hellhorned. not incredible. X cards really aren't great with Volatile Gauge. We're usually going to be able to spend our mana, and this isn't like the most efficient thing in the world either. The Bounty Stalker is interesting if we could get it to pop off a bit. That could be something. We have all these primitive molds to try and bring it back, so I could see this becoming pretty strong and then becoming a strong part of our lineup later on down the road. Formless Child, kind of interesting as well. I mean, it's just a lot of steps to go through, right? You have to get something to die, then you have to get the Formless Child to die and bring it back, and like, there's just a lot there, so... Not a huge fan of this card. I'll try the Bounty Stalker, though. And here, I might take the Baron over the Thug. Lady of the House, kind of interesting. We have one Whiplash, and that's it, so we probably won't be able to keep her alive well enough. Yeah, I think I'll just take the Baron. If we're stacking one big floor, stuff should be dying up there, and the Harvests will end up being good. And take, of course, energy, as I mentioned. Okay, and we can either pick up one more flag and a Merchant of Steel, pretty solid, or some more coins and a Merchant of Magic. The Merchant of Magic isn't bad. We could maybe give this holdover, for example, make stuff cheaper. Definitely all useful things. As far as the merchants and the banner goes, the plan is to get these hidden passages really going, but I have to sort of have at least a semi-tank in the meantime. And it looks like Baron is probably one of them right now. This thing's just looking to die a bunch. Yeah, let's go here and see if we can't pick up something slightly tougher from the Hellhorn banner. Of course, spend our money at the Merchant of Steel as well. Get our options of quick attack and health. Those are decent. Let's upgrade our champion. Okay, not the upgrades we're looking for. I guess we'll just go for the triple strike and hope we can buff it somehow. It's just not going to be amazing, but this really isn't doing what we want either, so... Alright, what do we got here? A Demon Fiend and a Horn Warrior. Well, Demon Fiend's obviously amazing with Volatile Gauge, so pretty easy pickup. And I have to decide what I want to do with it, and giving it quick makes some amount of sense to me. It'll be able to sustain itself on its own floor a little bit more easily. 25 health, maybe to the Baron, so that he can also play the role of a tank. And then 10 attack can go on the Thug. And I will reroll here just for some basic upgrades. Endless on the Bounty Stalker is obviously great, so let's just do that. I was planning to maybe bring it back with some of our other effects, but I think Endless will make that a lot easier. Completely zeroes us out, that's fine. And yeah, we'll start removing some of these Train Stewards that are pretty bad. Yeah, and I don't have an exact plan for how our floors are going to look. We have... we're going to be sort of playing it fast and loose and then trying to use the hidden passages to make a giant floor behind the Legion of Wax. So... Spell Shield, we don't have much, right? We have Inferno, which gets through it anyway, and then Torches, which are starting to not do much. So I'm going to turn this on. Just won't affect us very much. Okay, we're pretty lucky in that the bottom floors, or the top floor isn't getting smaller, I guess, is the important part. Fortunately, drawing our hidden passage before our Legion. This is also a problem with having so many new units now, is that the Legion of Wax isn't necessarily going to be drawn early on in the fight. See, these guys don't hit very hard, so I could set some stuff up on the bottom here, but I think I want to leave room for maybe the Baron to tank a little bit, so what do I want behind it? Maybe the Prince is fine. He can survive this round easily enough, so I'll go Prince here, Thug here, and then I guess I'll just apply a bunch of Rage to our champion. It's probably the best thing to do with our remaining mana. I'll get it a kill and just make things a bit easier. Alright. Well, this weight costing 3 is obviously not great. I do want a Demon Fiend here. And Hidden Passage, not looking... I guess I could Hidden Passage this, actually. Yeah, that seems fine, because the alternative is to just put a Steward here and it'll absorb some hits, and that's okay as well, but if I have this up a floor, then I can move it up another floor a little bit more easily. Unfortunately, take the damage from this. Okay, well, here's the Legion, and it costs not a lot, which is great. And here we'll go for Bounty Stalker and Baron, I suppose. Alright, keep stacking the rituals on the Prince. And this time I'll play that. The rest of our hand's all trash anyway. Alright, Bounty Stalker definitely wants to get replayed. And I'll have to decide if I'd rather take 3 damage or ascend one of these units. We have another ascend coming up, so I think I'm okay with doing this for now. Oh, we didn't draw it. It's kind of unfortunate. Well, let's get rid of this one, and I guess play a Whiplash somewhere, just because we can't do much else anyway. Pretty unexciting. Okay, we're dealing 530 damage. So I guess I don't need to play the Hidden Passage. I'd rather just get rid of these weights, and our top floor should be able to finish things, I think. Yeah. So let's just do it like so. I don't actually know why we're dealing this much damage, because this will die almost immediately, but you know what? I'll take it. I guess our champion just hits extremely hard. Can't even play both weights, that's really unfortunate. Alright. So things didn't go exactly according to plan there, but it worked well enough. Let's see, March of Shields, Branding Right. Both pretty interesting. Branding Right seems really good. We can put that on, well, basically anything that's in the front and have a lot of armor out of it. Let's do that. These I'm not too interested in, so we'll skip that. Alright, so we can remove 2 more and get another Merchant of Steel. That's pretty tempting. Or heal a bit and get a Merchant of Magic. Let's see what's coming up next. Okay, and then we have another choice of either Merchant here. I would like to visit a Merchant of Magic at some point, but the Steel's pretty tempting as well. We do still have 1, 2, 3, 4 slots to fill. So I think I'm going to keep going this, so the remove's pretty powerful as well still. A lot of bad cards in the deck. So let's remove the other stewards. And then see what we can do here. Okay, second Endless, not quite as good. Skip out on that one. I will take 10 attack though on... let's just put on the Baron. It's fine for him to have some like basic upgrades. Skip out on Rage and just do a reroll. Okay, multi-strike's great. I think I put on the Bounty Stalker over the Demon Fiend, though they're both pretty strong. But this will end up with more attack by the end, I hope. So I think I'll do it there. And then 25 health. I don't think I'm gonna use... Maybe I put on the Fiends. It's gonna end up tanking quite a bit. Yeah, let's do it. And that way I don't have to worry about visiting merchants of steel too much more. Alright, next circle, we're probably going to end up going this way. You just get our free artifact rather than spending money on one, so I'm going to go ahead and pay for 1 or 2 removes as well. We haven't been doing anything with the primitive mold at this point, really. The torches aren't great either, but they at least do something here. Let's just cut 2 molds and go on to the next fight. Alright, here we go. 6 attack. Oof, this is the stealthy guys as well. The boss doesn't get the buff, so that's fine. We have the DPS to take the tanks down, I'm pretty sure. It's just a matter of, are we going to be able to survive all these stealth guys? We have torches still, and these guys do die to a torch. Does it give us 150 coins? I'm going to take this and possibly regret it. Okay, that's nice. This particular hand is less nice. This is a pretty gross start. We have a hidden passage. We just don't have the energy to do everything we want. I guess I can go Baron, Prince, Thug, and move the Thug up, something along those lines. Just skip out on the Demon Fiend and the Bounty Stalker for now, though skipping out on the Bounty Stalker is not ideal, but it's just too expensive. Alternatively, I could use a torch instead of doing something. I don't think that's quite as good. Yeah, so we'll go Baron, then Prince, yeah, and then Thug with an Ascend. Okay, obviously that's bad, so we probably want to use a torch here to clear one of these guys off. Should make us at least survive. Then the Legion of Wax wants to get deployed, and the Ritual of Battle might as well go on the Prince here. Alright, branding rights save me. We're currently taking 22 plus 12 is 34. This will put me at 35. So this save me, plus we have a torch anyway. Alright, so let's go branding right, torch. And the rest of these don't help, so that's unfortunate. And these hands have not been what I want. Volatile Gauge, having some issues here, I'll say. Alright, what do we find? We found a Demon Fiend, we found both hidden passages. So I could simply evacuate some stuff to the top floor, and that might be the way to do it. And this Bounty Stalker having a hard time as well. If I pull the Wickless Baron and the Hornbreaker Prince up floor, I think that's just the best solution. Do need to clear these out before the boss gets to us. Alright, well, Inferno does a pretty good job with that. I'm going to go ahead and use that, and then here, another hidden passage. Might have been good. That's what it is, though. I might branding right one of the marksmen. This is tough. Maybe Ritual Battle. Yeah, this has to just be better, right? Yeah, that kills everything. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Okay, Bounty Stalker is pretty happy to die here, because I think we'll be okay up here. So let's just play the Bounty Stalker, let it die, and I'll play a Torch, sure. I could have ascended this, but I actually want the buff, so that's why we did it that way, and yeah, we're totally fine here. Alright, so we end up taking, what, 12 damage? It's not so bad for 150 bucks. Second Inferno honestly isn't bad. Pyre Chomper's kind of interesting as well. It's gonna always be net positive, but it is often gonna cost more than one, which is not ideal. Usually gonna have room for it though. I'm gonna take a second Inferno. Card's powerful. And here I'll take a Mortal Entrapment as well. Another powerful card, good with Volatile Gauge. We don't have to worry about costs so much. And yeah, we'll go on this way as I mentioned before. Let's see, extra burnout or gain range when you lose a stack of burnout. Well, neither of these helps us. I mean, the drafts become slightly more usable with the wax. I guess I'll pick it up, but it's just not very exciting. As far as this goes, what am I interested in here? I think I might just make even more hidden passages. They're just so critical. That's all I ever want to draw, you know? Alright. Statues. What is she doing? She's adding card store deck. That's pretty bad with the Volatile Gauge. Makes it particularly vicious, but oh well. So definitely deploy the Legion. Then I could either put the Hornbreaker Prince behind it or deploy a Wickless Baron for now, and I think the Baron's probably better for the time being. So let's do this and take our damage here. We're gonna take a lot of damage this fight just from these stupid penances. The Inferno's a nice pickup. I'll definitely play that, and then go from there, I guess. Guess I'd like to play a wait. I'm just skipping out on so much here. It's really unfortunate. These guys aren't going to die either. I guess I'll play a draft. No reason not to. Yep, this is all awful. We don't have any ascends at the moment. I play a thug who will die. Okay. Yeah, this is all bad. Let's use this chance to get rid of these penances at least, and then power up our champion. Alright, we found a passage that's sort of helpful. Let's get rid of these weights. And then it's between passage versus playing some torches. I think the passage is important enough, so let's get that going. So we're still on hard time clearing all these floors. Our DPS is just not here right now. And this is not helping the situation. I have to play this Inferno, it's just incredibly good, and let's see, you're taking a bunch. Got him. I'm just taking 11, I think, because I need to start deploying units. Yeah, our Pyre is going to be in a bit of trouble, but we need units, so I'm going to play a Demon Fiend. Just more penances forever. Great. Probably use my hidden passage here to save this guy. And then try to clear some of these things out. We might still just be dead. I haven't done the math, but it doesn't particularly matter in this case. Let's get you down here. Okay, we're not quite dead yet, but we'll probably end up dying to stupid penances. Yeah, because stuff like this will happen. And we're dead. Alright. Well, Volatile Gauge has proven to betray us. Don't think that was a worthwhile pickup. I think this deck could have gotten somewhere without it. And, well, I haven't gotten to play with it very much, so I want to test it out here. Seemed like a decent deck for it, but I guess since the nerf to it where you can't make stuff cost 0, it's just too weak. You end up with awkward hands like this too much, and it's so bad against the junk they add to your deck, so... that wasn't the only problem with the deck, but I think it was a major part of it, so here we are. Best I can do is this, and we unfortunately die here. Alright, some lessons learned. Our streak broken, unfortunately, but that's alright. It was an interesting run, nevertheless. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.